Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to read one of the most beautiful and well-known tragedies of William Shakespeare, and the title of the play is Macbeth. Before we start the play, let's have a look at the author William Shakespeare. Shakespeare is one of the greatest writers and dramatists of all times. He was born in 1564. His poems and plays are still adored by millions of people all around the world. He is often referred to as the Bard of Avon. Some of his famous work are Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, The Tempest, Twelfth Night, and Midsummer Night's Dream, etc. The play at a glance. It is one of the shortest of Shakespeare's tragedies. What is a tragedy? We will discuss about it in the next slide. It is a 5-act play with 28 scenes. This chapter of the book is an extract from Act 5, scene number 1 of the play. The important characters of this scene are a doctor, a gentlewoman, and Lady Macbeth. Now let's see what a tragedy is. It's a play dealing with tragic events and having an unhappy ending, especially one concerning the downfall of the main characters. The play tells us the story of Macbeth, a great thane or lord in the court of Duncan, the King of Scotland. Lured by the prophecies of 3 witches who claim that he will become king one day, and driven by the ambition of his evil wife, he kills King Duncan. Macbeth also kills Banquo, another powerful thane of Scotland, and the family of the Thane of Fife in order to remove all hurdles to the coveted crown of Scotland. However, guilt does not let Macbeth and his wife, Lady Macbeth, rest in peace. This extract in the textbook has been taken from Act 5, Scene 1 of the play, and it shows Lady Macbeth, tormented by her conscience, walks in her sleep at night, rubbing her hands and talking to herself. Lady Macbeth goes mad. Like her husband, she can't find any rest. She is suffering from a psychological disorder that causes her, as she sleepwalks, to recall fragments of events of the murders of Duncan, Banquo, and Lady Macduff. Tormented and tortured by her guilt, she commits suicide and dies in the end. Here we have some important dialogues of Lady Macbeth that has been taken from this particular scene. Let us have a look at them one by one. The first one. Yet here's a spot. Out, damn spot. Out, I say. This dialogue shows Lady Macbeth's guilt. Lady Macbeth tried to clean her hands of a stain that only she could see. The doctor and the gentlewoman heard her raving as she spoke to her husband in her sleep. They heard Lady Macbeth recount the terrible acts that she had committed with her husband. So she sleepwalks, rubs her hands as if to clean the spots of blood off her hands. And then she utters these dialogues. Yet here's a spot. Out, damn spot. Out, I say. And this shows that she is tormented by her act. Now the second dialogue. Banquo's buried. He cannot come out unscathed. So when she says this, she actually goes mad and she gives out this statement. Now this statement shows her despair. And the doctor remarked on the terrible sigh that rose from the depth of Lady Macbeth's heart. It was the sigh of a person who carried a great burden on her soul, and the burden was the burden of crime that she had committed along with her husband. Now we have the third dialogue. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. So when she says this, actually it shows her restlessness and her mental state. Lady Macbeth realizes that no perfume can take the smell of blood off her hands, because the smell was not a general smell, it was the smell of the crime. So it could not be wiped off easily. And that's why she says that what's done cannot be undone. Here actually this once again shows her despair and shows her mental status, her mental state, like that she is extremely tormented and tortured by the evil deeds. So what happens after that? The doctor who came to attend her, he asked the gentlewoman to take care of the lady and remove from her sight anything that might annoy her. The doctor was dumbfounded and terrified by what he had seen and heard that night from Lady Macbeth. So he realizes that more than a doctor, the lady needed a divine, a priest to comfort her. So we see she is left on her fate by the doctor when he leaves. Now we have come to the conclusion, or you can say the lesson that we learn from this play. So the play teaches us that ambition and greed for power corrupts an individual. The play focuses on the consequences of crime. We saw the condition, the ending of Lady Macbeth and Macbeth. So both Macbeth and Lady Macbeth are seen tormented by the crime they committed, and as a result commit suicide and die.